Welcome everyone, it's Mike here. Noticed I haven't done an update on the antique booth spot in a while, so I thought I'd do this quick video. This video is a voiceover due to the fact that when I was in there, there was loud music there, so it'd be copyrighted, so there's no way I can play the original audio. But here I am going in the booth. It's been about a week and a half, so things are out of place. Stuff's kind of all over the place in terms of just people like to grab items, they like to throw it to the side, they like to move to other booths. I also noticed too when I always come to the booth, I just try to see if there's something missing, just to see if something got stolen or whatever it might be, because that happens frequently. For you guys that are out there that have never done the antique booth spot, theft could be a concern. Here I am just grabbing some items, just restocking. Basically come in. I try to come in once a week, but the past couple weeks I've just been really busy, so we're just putting some items here that are typically the stuff that is like outside the display cabinets. That's going to be items that some of that stuff I could sell on eBay, but I typically just, it's more like flea market items that are $1 to $15 to $20 items. And, I think the key with the antique booth spot is to always kind of mix it up, change things, move items around. Here I got these like native vases I'm putting down, and we do pretty well with the Southwest decor here in Arizona. So I always try to have something Southwest, whether it's Southwest artwork, little trinkets. It just depends on what I have at the moment. But this table here is kind of the catch-all table. We sell lots of stuff off this table, believe it or not. And our booth is probably the second largest booth in the whole facility. And we do pay a premium for this. We pay right around $360. Which to me, it's a little high, but it is what it is. It's the only antique mall that is in the general area here, rather than going an hour and a half to Phoenix, hour and a half to Tucson. So yeah, just filling in the gaps here, moving stuff around. Here I just got a bunch of just randomness I'm throwing in here. It's stuff from storage units, so I get a pile of that, and I basically just bring it on over. This here is this is typical. You can find items here like this coffee mug that doesn't even belong to us. It's every time. This necklace here as well, it's like, what is this? And then the snot rag. So then this mug was just sitting in the booth across from us, which the booth's empty, but it's yeah, as you can see, there's miscellaneous stuff here. There's beer bottles, there's cameras, there's handcuffs. Here's the wall here. We try to make this the Southwest wall. Records do very well for us here. We probably sold, 200-300 records since we started back in January. So I always try to have a nice selection of records there. Fabric. We came across a storage unit that was like a designer, so it had all this fabric in there. We sell a lot of that fabric. Here again, it's just miscellaneous items. Yeah, Bob Hope autograph, 8x10, $20. Shoot, can't even get a frame for that. But yeah, this is a cool piece. Robert Redford painting. Southwest native. Surprised that hasn't moved for $30, but not everything sells right away. You got some Ninja Turtle stuff, Star Wars, die casts, some video games. What else you got in there? Some sports cards, little sports cards there. These are all like just randomness here. Oh yeah, this here, there's that G.I. Joe whale. Can't believe the thing's still sitting there for $40. Nice little vintage piece here. Got some hats, and then this is kind of like the wall of just randomness. Ewok Village. I can't believe that's sitting there too. I think I got $40 on that, which I think is a pretty fair price. So it's just again, it's just a matter of time. Beanie Babies. I just restocked these Beanie Babies. We sell a lot of Beanie Babies, believe it or not. Anywhere from $3 to $5. You're not going to come in there and find a $35,000 Beanie Baby. I actually got a phone call from a friend who likes to sell me stuff, and he's like, I got this Beanie Baby. It's $25,000. You interested? I'm like, what is it? Look it up. I'm like, it's $6 on eBay. So here we got some more coffee mugs, some vintage mugs, Starbucks, some Arizona-related items there, and then this randomness, But again, it's just kind of keeping it neat and organized, and that's the one thing Kim's really good at when she comes in. So here's kind of like the finished area of us, or me. This is me this day, just cleaning up. We got the beer items there. We got some mason jars. We got just a bunch of little knickknacks. Where was this big Sharper Image massive freaking remote. Got a little Fire Stick I just put out there, the Amazon Fire Stick for like $5. So, it's just, it's trial and error with this type of stuff, I think. There's some items that sit forever, some items that sell instantaneously. I'm putting out these poker cards here, these vintage MGM cards, like $4 or $5 on those. Sell a lot of little stuff like that. And that little stuff adds up over time. There's no denying it. It's pretty nuts. The die-cast stuff, we've been having a hard time moving this stuff. It's one of these items that you would think it would sell, and we've dropped and lowered the price many, many times. Hot Wheels do sell for us. Minimum we're getting on these is $3. We've probably sold a couple hundred. There's an M2 machine, and then there's some of this mumbo-jumbo stuff, American Choppers, Star Wars stuff. This is something I tried new, and it's not working out very well. It's all John Wayne VHS. Only sold one so far. There's some comic books. We did very, very well the first 90 days selling comics, and then it kind of died off. So I think what I'm going to have to end up doing is just pulling all these out and putting new ones in there. But it's been slow. I'll be honest. It's been slow. We're in August here right now. July and June have just been horrendous, I'll be honest. Here's some stamps we have. They sell well too, the Stampin' Up stuff, $4 or $5. There's some more fabric down there. Fabric we're getting $3, $4, or $5 for. Here's some vintage plates. I thought these would move pretty quickly. I think I got $15 on these for, I think there's 20 of them for $15 in each pile. But they've been sitting there for a good 45 days. An autographed Washington Redskins framed thing there, and then just randomness. This was a cool piece of Southwest art. It's numbered out of 10. They got $20 on that. This canvas stuff, this stuff's really hard to sell. $5, can't get rid of it. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. There's hats in here. There's some toys, old vintage toys, newer toys. Toys, we sell a lot of the toys. Fisher Price stuff moves fast for cheap. Yeah, overall, this is kind of what I got here. Filled it all up, and see how it goes on the next couple of 5-6 days. Basically, just come in and load more stuff as we approach the slower month. I think is coming to an end here in the next month, I believe. I'm hoping, because just the heat. You would think it's an indoor place, more people would come in there, but from what I see on my end, the traffic's just not jiving. Yeah, here's a Hallmark ornament here. Those sell pretty good, $3, $4. Now, this is the hard part. It's looking around. Where do I put this? Oh, this might look like a good spot right there. That works, right? Why not? And so, yeah, this is the cabinet here. Glass cabinet. There's a lock on it. There's a bunch of graded cards. There's some Pokemon cards in here. There's some sports-related cards. A lot of Arizona Cardinals, Phoenix Suns. You got the typical classic Mark McGwire rookie, the Kirby Puckett rookie, some Devin Booker stuff. I haven't sold a lot of these. Their price pointed pretty good. But, I think I've sold 5 in the past 4 months. Here is a lot of necklaces. I'm actually shocked because I have a ton of turquoise and I can't seem to move it here. This is the second piece I've only sold that was missing off that little mannequin. But we got sterling silver in here, nice earrings, some native stuff, some rings. There's a nice sterling silver watch there. Nice vintage watch, the Michael Kors watch. Got some Star Wars figures, some originals. Some mini figures there. There's a Marvelverse Capcom game right there. Price of $100. I think that's pretty fair. But you never know. You're waiting for that right person to come in. There's a DS. I think it's at $35. That's been sitting for 3 months. Seems like people don't want to go to the front and get the key from the owners to have them unlock it. So those sales in those cabinets are difficult. That's for sure. But yeah, everything kind of has its own little place. We could probably add a lot more items. We need to do more on the wall, I think. And then, but in general, this is kind of what it looks like when you step back. There's a lot of items in there. There's definitely a lot. And this stuff here, this tabletop stuff, this stuff moves for us. It's $1 to $3 to $4 items, bracelets, watches. The mannequin there with that, I put a piece on there, $3. It'll be gone in 3-4 days. Grab another one, throw it on there. It's just about the whole marketing of it and just the look. Here's something I want to talk about. Pokemon. It was one of our top sellers, and I had to pull away from it in terms of cards like this loose because people were stealing from us at rapid rates. This box 2 weeks ago was filled, and it's just they're gone. That's just how it is. I like walked in there and I'm like, wow, they're all gone. Where did they go? And I look back at the reports because you can pull up the reports with this company and see what sells on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. Same here. We had this was all sports cards laid out there, and I came in probably a couple months ago, and we had about 250 cards there, and I'm like, there's no way somebody bought all these. There's no way. And yeah, they were MIA. They were stolen. So yeah, there's from across from us. There's nobody there at the moment, and when people like to kind of come through here, this is a slow day. It's just like I said, it's been slow from what I see. There wasn't many vendors at all or customers when I was coming through here. Maybe I saw 2 people at 2:30, 3 o'clock. But it's part of the game. We've done pretty well since January. Other than June, it dropped tremendously. July, we had to actually pay, so we lost money on July. All these old books like that, or mining books, Western books, they sell. I get $5-10 for them. It's pretty nuts. Again, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I wouldn't be able to move on eBay and know that I don't want to, So, and I think the thing is too with this booth is it's got a wide variety of items. There's kind of something for everyone there. From the records to comic books. I think what we'll end up doing in probably the next 30 days is kind of remodel the whole booth. I know from the last update, that's you here to the left, that was a friend of mine. She had moved out, so I don't think I made an update on that. So this is kind of what I'm talking about right here, is that we took over this whole left-hand side of the booth, and we kind of keep it open in the middle there, just so people can walk in there and they're not bouncing off items or knocking stuff over. So we're trying to find something to kind of put in the middle there. I got a couple chests. I might put one there just to see if I can move it real quick, but we kind of want that open flow, being a bigger booth. And there's just me just kind of walking around, showing you guys, there's been a lot more vendors that have come through probably since the last video I made 6 months ago. And you're going to find anything and everything. Like this booth here, looks like sports cards. This looks like a man cave type of spot. It's just jam-packed full of stuff. You got beer signs. You got everything a man cave can need. There's records, there's license plates, all the coolness there. But again, that area looks really tight to me. Like when I could barely walk in there and turn around. And I think that's just, for us personally, it's like, we want people to have a little bit of space. There's a Matchbox car. I think he's asking $15 for it. And, I walk around from time to time, and if I find a deal, something I can flip, I'm constantly buying items here and flipping them. But this little journey today, I didn't see too much. And it's not just antiques. That's the crazy part. There's people, selling their homemade products, their soaps, their tumblers, and you got other people that make wall art. And it looks cool. The place is really filled up. There's a Whitey Ford 8x10. I was looking to see if it had an autograph on it, and you'll see a lot of stuff like that. Furniture, new furniture. It's reasonably cheap too, reasonably priced. And then you got this one of my favorite booths here. It's just oddities. These guys always got, I don't know if it's a guy or girl who runs it, but they got cool stuff in there. Just cool stuff. It looks cool, So yeah, it's a big place. I don't even know the exact number, a couple hundred vendors in this booth, in this building here. It's a large building. It used to be an Ashley Furniture, to give you an idea how big it is. And you got people here selling, oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this booth, because I've bought items out of this booth, and I'm like, yeah, you can't beat that for $7. A lot of cool toys. I flipped some neat stuff out of here that was just a little undervalued, and enough for me to make a little profit on the old eBay. And that's what I like when I come in and me and Kim will drop stuff off. Here's a PS3, PS4 maybe, like $50. I was looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know. I probably got 15 of those in my garage somewhere, along with my 50 Wii's. But yeah, we come in, we organize our booth, get everything ready to go, and we walk around, and if we can find something that we can flip, we're definitely going to buy it. The Pokemon stuff, I think it was like $10 I was looking at there. I'm like, it was like Burger King stuff, but that was a cool little Lego piece there. I think it's a vintage Lego Earth, maybe. I think they wanted like 15 for that, but that's what's so cool is, to go back on a different subject we were talking about earlier, we were the first in here to do like Pokemon cards. So we were crushing the Pokemon. I think I mentioned in the previous video, we were selling $5 packs of 20 cards with one holo. And then we noticed other vendors were copying that. And I'm like, I guess that ship has sailed, you know. And then, so we got to figure out another way to get the Pokemon cards in there without it getting stolen. Here you're finding coins. There's a lot of coins and stuff, especially in the front. There's some display cabinets. But a lot of these coins, I mean, they looked overpriced to me. There was a little gold bar there. I think they're like 120 on eBay. That one sells like 250. There was a half Kennedy dollar there, silver. They wanted like $350 for it. I'm like, I don't understand that, but you know, it's people price differently, you know. And you know what? You never know what people are willing to pay. You know, even though I'm a reseller and I'm always looking up items, you know, some people don't do that. Obviously, they just go, I love this, I need this, and if it's $100, I'm buying it. You know, some people are like, no, I'm not paying $100 because I only have $30 in my wallet. So, yeah, they got pots in here. It's all different types of really cool stuff. That's for sure. You know, there's more Hallmark ornaments, and then people really stage these areas pretty well. One thing I've noticed though is I think where we had some success early on before it really slowed down, the heat came. We just had a lot of items, you know. So I wonder when I'm walking around, I'm like, God, you only got 40 items in here. How are you going to pay, you know, the rent? AKA, how are you going to make any money? But that's not my business, you know. I'm just walking around and just looking to see what's new, what's exciting, is anything changed? Is there anything cool I need to get? But yeah, just to go over just the bottom line here. January through May were really solid. February and March, so that would be the second and third month the place was opened. I mean, we crushed it at the ballpark here. No denying it. May did pretty well. Here's a liquidation gentleman here, or woman, nice and organized. But yeah, like to go back to what I was saying, I mean, we literally were so excited just based on the sales we were getting. And we knew going in, hey, the summer months are going to be slow. When I had my store here in town, it was slow. But I thought, well, it's air conditioning, it's inside. You know, obviously snowbirds in this general area leave and they go back home, but they would never buy from, occasionally they'd come into my store and buy. So I didn't see an influx of sales in certain different months when the snowbirds were there, but maybe the snowbirds are buying here. I'm not sure, because maybe snowbirds are buying $5 Pokemon cards to give to their grandkids. I don't know. But yeah, so right now we're kind of struggling. That's no denying it. You know, like I said, in July we lost money. We had to pay. Right now we are down 80%, and it's the middle of the month, so we're down 83%. So we got to get things in gear, and just hope and pray that, you know, we can sell some items to make some money, you know, to do that. So quick little video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the walk through here and take a look in our booth. We'll have an update pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Be great.